Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Grace Jones of GH Crochet, and today it's going to be about question and answer, which I posted on my story a few days back, so that you guys can ask me any questions so that I can answer them. Get to know me, get to know my inspirations, my motivations, whatever. So let's begin. I'm going to read one at a time. There are so many, so I'm going to pick out those that are really important. So let's begin. I did not sort the questions, so they are not really in order. Some people asked me my age or stuff, but that's like in between. I'm going to just read them because I really didn't have time, or I'm a bit lazy to sort them. But if you ask me a question and it's quite similar with the other, you both get the same response. So I'll read the first question, which is, when did you first learn how to crochet? I've been asked that several times. I learned how to crochet when I was a child. I learned it from my mom. She taught me how to crochet. I think I was like 6 years or 7. So I used to learn from that, but then I kept playing along with yarn, and after that, like 20 years later, I was actually not doing any crocheting. So I resumed with time. Second question, what keeps you going through the confusing time? I'm thinking by confusing time, you mean, I don't know if you mean the pandemic or if you mean the crocheting days where I'm not sure what to do, but I keep going because I have motivations, and life to me, it's really short. So I get to do what I want. If I'm in the mood of crocheting, I crochet, but I also have lazy days where I literally want to do nothing. But I keep going. If it's in regard with the pandemic, this one has been the best distraction that I have ever had, because it has been really rough. I've had family members get sick of COVID, and I'm worried and I'm all up and down, but trust me, crocheting has been a distraction for me, and I would say, yeah, it has kept me going. Crochet itself has kept me going. And if it's in terms of crocheting, I think I wake up with moods. My moods determine. I cannot say I have days where I'm confused. If I'm confused on a certain piece, I just put it down, start something new. When I feel like going back, then I get a rebound. Third question, how can one earn from crocheting? How can one earn from crocheting? I would say through marketing. Every sales are always through marketing. You can't have sales when you're not marketing. Do some promotions, post daily, not really daily, depending. Post what you think is your good work. If someone doesn't appreciate, there is another that will. Just keep posting, market your work, do sales, do discounting days. And I would just say focus on digital marketing, because we have lots of people who love our work and try using different apps, not just Instagram. You can try TikTok. It has been a biggest marketing platform lately. You can try Facebook, you can try groups, you can try WhatsApp. Just focus on digital marketing, but at the same time, every time you're around a gathering, tell them about your work, show them your work. You will find someone with an interest, but trust me, with time you will grow, and your earnings will grow from that. Fourth question, why did you start crocheting? Why did I start crocheting? I started crocheting, I can't really say because it was a hobby. That would be a lie. I started crocheting because I was idle. I was in my house, and there was a power outage for days. I did not know what to do, so I was like, maybe I should try something new. And then I went in the shop, bought a yarn, bought a hook, And I started trying out pieces, trying to remember my childhood days when I used to do crocheting, and it started like that. So really, I can't say it was out of a hobby, but deep down it's a hobby, though I had to discover it during a crisis. And another question someone has asked me, what's the most difficult part about crocheting? To me, crocheting, I don't find crocheting difficult. I find it like a piece of art. Every mistake ends up creating a new design for me. I can start a piece and then I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh God, I'm not opening this. I really don't have patience for some things. So I end up creating a different design out of the mistake that I've made. But the difficult part of it to me is counting. Oh my God, counting. I'm someone who gets distracted so easily, and then I have to count. And I'm still counting, like I've reached 10, I need like 15 or 18, and someone is like, oh, have you seen this of mine? In just even less than a second, I can't remember. I have to go back and start counting fresh. That has been really, really, I think, a difficulty of mine in crocheting. Oh God, I have no patience for counting, but I have to do it either way. Someone has asked me, does crocheting take most of my time? Absolutely. I crochet literally the moment I wake up, when I'm watching, and when I'm in bed. The best I can do is hide the yarn, because sometimes I really get distracted. I literally move with yarn everywhere in my bag. Whether I'm traveling somewhere far or a shorter distance, or I'm going by the beach, I have a roll of yarn in my bag. So yeah, it takes up a lot of my time, a lot of it. And I have a problem that before I finish something, I can't let go. So I end up not giving other things my time. I keep focusing on that piece until I am done. So yeah, it takes up my time, a lot of it, I mean. How do I manage many orders? Okay, that's complicated because I am bad at managing orders and I easily get frustrated because clients treat us the same. There is a client who is patient, there's a client who is not patient. I myself, when you make an order with me, I'm going to tell you delivery is between 3 to 5 days domestically, and it's about 2 to 3 weeks internationally. And someone said, fine, yeah, that's great. And then let me say I have a domestic client and she's like, it's fine, I need it in like 4 days, so that's okay. And I'm like, fine, tomorrow. She's like, do you think my piece is ready? I think I have an emergency where I need it. And then you realize you have lots of orders and all of them, you can't balance them when this one is demanding, this is demanding, this is demanding. Yeah, I don't know how to manage many orders. So as the only solution I have, I take in what I can. When I feel like this week I'm not going to go beyond 4 orders or 3 orders, I don't go beyond that. Another order that comes in, I point blank tell the client, only if you're patient to wait for next week, because I'm fully occupied or fully booked this week. So they have to learn to be patient if they really, really need me to work on them. Otherwise, there are so many beautiful crocheters out there. I always try to recommend them if they really have an urgency. But otherwise, for my mental sake, I try to take in what I can handle. So let's go to the next question. Next question, someone has asked me why I buy my material. I post that all the time on social media. Domestically, I buy from our local stores. There are so many stores, some of them don't really have names, so I don't know how to mention it. But we have local stores almost everywhere, or most of the towns have those local stores that sell yarn, domestic yarn or Kenyan made brands. And then for other brands, I usually order from Lana Knits and Knot or Laura Quebec, whatever. So she has really good quality yarn if you don't want to use the domestic yarn. And then I have used AliExpress, though during this COVID period, I take really long to receive the yarn. And then you can try Etsy shop. Yeah, Etsy shop. Etsy shop has a lot of yarn sales. Sometimes you go and you find discount, and maybe there is also free delivery to your country. So I use that as well. I think those are the only platforms I have used. Etsy shop, AliExpress, which takes a bit longer. I don't know about now because for the last 2 months, 3 months, I haven't ordered with them, but they take really long to deliver. And then I've used Lana Knits and Knot. That's her username on Instagram and I think Facebook. I buy from her as well. Then I use the local stores. I hope I've replied that. And then my daily motivations and struggles. For my daily motivations, honestly, I look always forward to doing new pieces every day. And I always say my daily motivations comes from my hobbies. So that is the colors, the travel. I really love safaris. If anyone asks me about my hobbies, that is it. I really love safaris. I really love nature. So sometimes that's why I love earth tone colors, when I'm making my pieces. And color really just motivates me. There is why I wake up and there's that certain red that keeps crossing my mind, and I'm like, oh, this red is really pretty. I'm just imagining I made a piece out of it or something like that. So that's among my daily motivations. Even my fellow crocheters, you are my daily motivations. Oh my god, shout out to you guys. You make really beautiful work. And even when I'm lazing in my bed, I'm like, oh, this is cute. This is cute. Maybe I could do something as nice as this. So I'm motivated by that as well. You guys inspire me. You are my inspirations. You're my motivations, because even my clients, I wake up to a client and they've loved their piece and they are like, oh my god, this is beautiful, I can't wait. And that just makes me get motivated to do more and more pieces. And then my daily struggles, laziness. Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. I'm quite lazy. Sometimes I just wake up and I just want to sit down and watch TV or just do nothing. Yeah, that is my struggle. And sometimes I'm demotivated. There is why you wake up and this time around you have more of the negative coming in, maybe from a comment, or which I tend to ignore. But sometimes you feel demotivated. You're like, maybe I'm not doing good enough. That's a struggle for me. And yeah, accessing yarn, oh my god, I have certain brands that I really, really love, but then it's really hard for me to access them, and I get demotivated. I'm like, oh, the material I really want to use, I can't access, so what's the point? And I'm like, fine. I really don't know if I've mentioned all, but yeah, generally that's the main struggles I have, at least when it comes to me, my daily days. What's my favorite type of yarn? Okay, I'm not so sure about that because I have a lot of yarn that I love. I just love yarn. I don't have that of a favorite. Alice is my favorite, partly my favorite. There is a yarn type I order from AliExpress. It has a Chinese name, so forgive me. I just can't mention because I can't translate the symbols, but it's really, really nice. I've used it to make certain pieces, I can put them up here so you can see, like, the piece just comes out just nice. I love that yarn, but you forgive me, I don't know the name, but I will try to post some work with it. But it's really small, really, really small. Yeah. Okay, this is new. Someone has asked how old I am. So I am 29 years old. Yeah, 29. I'm a born of 28th April. So this year I made 29 years old. I'm not so young. I'm almost stepping on the third staircase, you know. Oh my God, I'm aging. Let's not go in depth with that. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Hobbies. What are my hobbies? Like I said, I love nature. I love to travel. Oh, those are my hobbies. I love to eat, but I have a really bad appetite though. But I do love to eat. I love to cook. Those are my hobbies. I love to read, partially, not so much. But then, yeah, I love hanging out, spending time with my friends and family. Oh my God. This was a man for sure. Am I single? Nah, I am not single. I'm married, as you can see. Yeah, so I can't really go in depth with that, but yeah, I am married. But maybe I could keep my daughter for you, son. Anyway, I'm not single really. I watch your tutorials and I was wondering if you can give us more of you as well. Oh my God. I am so camera shy. I don't know if I can do the more of me because I don't know if that will happen because I am so camera shy. And besides, people see us post tutorials, post what, but the editing is sometimes frustrating. Content creation is really frustrating. But I will try my best. I will try my best to chip in with my everyday life, hanging out. But yeah, I will do my best to give myself to the people. Okay, let me read you the next question. Okay, what are my favorite colors? I said I love earth tone colors, and by earth tone colors, more of brown, dark brown, bronze, gold. Those are my colors really. Yeah, but when it comes to other colors, I love lime green, I love yellow, I love mustard yellow, I love shouting colors. Oh really, that's it. As long as the color is popping, I can go with it. I'm not so much a fan of purple besides lilac or lavender, whatever. But yeah, I'm so much of a neutral color person. When it comes to crocheting, those are my colors. But when it comes to my personal days, I'm an olive green person. I'm a black, white, gray. Those are my major three colors. Black, white, gray. That is to die for. Especially white. Do I do modeling as profession? No, I don't do modeling. I just wear my pieces because I don't own a mannequin, and at the same time I just like to put it out there on a real person because at least my clients have that insecurity when they see the outfit on the dummy or mannequin. They'll be like, that's a mannequin, so really they'll always look good. Will I really look good as well? So I try my best to use myself. That's why I don't know, maybe when I get pregnant, I don't know how I will do it. But we'll find a solution for that when time comes. What's your favorite stitch to work with? What's my favorite stitch to work with? I don't know. I love all stitches. I have a lot of easy stitches to work with. But yeah, I love a half double crochet. I love a double crochet. I love a shell stitch. That's so easy for me. I love a moss stitch. Very easy for me. Yeah, mostly basics really. That's like, then yeah, but I easily go with everything really. I don't have a favorite stitch to work with. It depends on what I'm working on. Do I always feel like giving up on crocheting? No. I started it as a joke, but I don't always feel like giving up. My hands are so used. When I take days without having the hook in my hand, trust me, it is frustrating for me. It's like an addiction. I'm sure crocheters understand that. It's like an addiction. Every time you see a hook and yarn, at least you just do something and open it. So yeah, I don't feel like giving up. I'd rather crochet something random. Do I sell patterns? Not at the moment. I started an Etsy shop, but I haven't started putting the patterns there. I want to first do sampling, giving pattern like giveaways, so that I want to put my work there when it's actually good, for people to be able to translate the written work to working with it with the hook and yarn. So not as yet, but you can deal with my YouTube really. And I'm bad at explaining, but gosh, thank you guys for bearing with me really, and you make me get to improve every day and every day. So thank you so much. Where are you located? I'm located in Entebbe, Uganda. So yeah, how do you do your measurements and what do you consider? I have a video about that. I'm going to attach the link in my description. How do I do my measurements? Like I said, I take my measuring tape so seriously, and I take my clients' measurements really serious. So that's how I manage to get their pieces fitting. Because, and also, like I said in the video, which is I'm going to attach the link in the bio, really you have to know the yarn type that you're working with. Some yarn types can stretch, some yarn types do not stretch. So because of that, you're forced, if you're using a non-stretching yarn, you have to make sure, if someone says my hip is 40, please stitch 40. Need be add an extra of like 2, you know. But when you're using a stretching yarn and someone says my hip is 40, I usually subtract by like 5 inches, because it's going to stretch, and then the person will fit either way. Because if you don't do that, it will actually stretch and end up being bigger than their real size. Someone is asking me how I market my work. I think I already answered that. Digital marketing, that's really all I'm good at. I'm bad with communication physically, so I'm good with digital marketing. That's how I do it. TikTok, whatever. If you need, open the sites, LinkedIn, whatever, and market your work. Digital marketing at the moment, it's the best way to market your work really. And I'm pregnant and own no mannequin. How do I display my work? When you're marketing digital ways, display is really important, because if you don't plan for your shoot, that small shoot that you're going to do, someone will either not focus on your piece being good as it is and focus on the cluttering. So if you know you're pregnant and you have no mannequin, you could just buy a small rug where you display and take a picture, or use the plain floor, or buy a plain board and just take the pictures from there, or buy a mannequin. Since you said you own no mannequin, you could buy a mannequin, but if that's hard, just find ways of displaying. I advise a lot plain backgrounds, because it helps not to distract those who are seeing your work. So you could adopt that. So that's all I could put down. I think most of the questions I have answered, and if you think I haven't answered your question, please write it down in the comments below. I'm going to make sure I reply. Thank you so much. I've had a good time. I'm working on a tutorial that you guys will be I posted on my stories on YouTube, and yeah, I have many people who have said I work on this piece here. So I'm working on the tutorial. click the notification bell so that you don't miss out on it, and give this video a thumbs up, comment, share, you know, push my algorithm. I love you guys so much. Let me not be a chatterbox like some people say, walkie-talkie. Yeah, thank you. Bye. And yeah, this cardigan, as you see it, has its tutorial on my YouTube channel, so you can go check it out. It's really comfortable. Right now it's a bit chilly outside, but trust me, I feel like heaven. See that? Like heaven. So yeah, you can go watch it, or make a tutorial, follow my tutorial, make one for yourself, and get as cozy as I am. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Check out.